The year is 2001. The place is the legendary Madison Square Garden. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, is celebrating his 30th anniversary as a solo artist, performing Billie Jean to a sold-out crowd of 30,000 screaming fans. The energy is electric, the choreography is flawless, and the magic is undeniable. But in the middle of this perfectly orchestrated spectacle, an unexpected moment of chaos and grace is about to unfold. A moment that would remind everyone present of the man behind the music. For the security team, the stakes were high. A stage invader is a security breach, a potential threat to the artist's safety. For Michael, who was notoriously private and cautious, such a close encounter was a moment of extreme vulnerability. And for the young fan, Elena Marquez, risking everything to break through the barriers, the stakes were personal and emotional. Her desperate need to connect could have ended in a public arrest and a permanent ban. But in this story, the human need for connection would outweigh all protocols and expectations. In 1987, Michael Jackson visited the Melbourne Children's Hospital. When he entered Angela's room, the girl's mother, shocked, watched him approach her daughter's bed. Michael didn't say much. He just leaned over and smiled at the little girl. Angela, still weak, responded with a small smile. In that moment, Angela's mother felt a wave of hope she hadn't felt in months. She later credited her daughter's recovery to that smile. She called him an inspiration and a man with great empathy for people who needed healing. Michael's visit to Angela went far beyond a simple appearance. Similar reports of miraculous cures arose from other hospital visits. For Michael, the act was personal and spiritual. He didn't see it as a celebrity obligation, but as a fundamental part of his identity. He stated that he felt pure when doing these things and felt God applauding when he helped. His presence itself was seen as having a healing effect. As the young woman, Elena Marquez, approached Michael, she was trembling, overwhelmed with emotion. Michael didn't back away. He knelt down to her level, speaking to her in a voice lost to the roaring crowd, but clearly heard and understood by her. Then, in a gesture that drew an audible gasp from the audience, he reached out and took her hand, an extraordinary act from a man known for his germophobia. The touch seemed to electrify her. He then helped her to her feet, and, in a final, stunning gesture, he removed the iconic rhinestone armband he was wearing and placed it in her hands, closing her fingers around it. The message was clear. This was a piece of himself, given freely, a recognition of the emotional investment his fans had in his life and work. As security gently escorted Elena from the stage, clutching the armband to her chest, her face was transformed by joy. The entire interaction had lasted less than a minute, but its impact rippled through Madison Square Garden like a stone dropped in still water. The barrier between performer and audience had momentarily dissolved, and the performance that followed felt more intimate, more authentic, and more reverential. This moment of genuine grace had a lasting impact. Elena Marquez, The fan who risked everything for a moment of connection went on to found a charity inspired by the very armband Michael gave her, the Connecting Through Kindness Foundation. The organization grew from a small fan club initiative into an international charity that built schools, funded children's hospitals, and provided arts education, all causes Michael had championed. The armband itself, never sold, became the foundation's symbol. This incident also humanized Michael in a way the media never could. It revealed a man who, despite a life of constant scrutiny and isolation, was capable of profound empathy. He later reflected on the incident, saying, "I saw myself in her." Sometimes we need to remember that the barriers we create for our protection can also become walls that separate us from the very connections that give our lives meaning. This unscripted moment at Madison Square Garden became a powerful reminder that Michael's music and his legacy were, at their core, about connection and love. If this story about Michael's deep connection with his fans touched you, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Share your favorite Michael Jackson story in the comments.